Hi Diego, how are you doing? I'm just gonna give you the feedback orderly so that way you can read it and it's easier. Now, first of all, I think we have to think about the title. I think it has to do with the effects of task-based learning because it's not task-based teaching. Most of the work you have done is focused on how they learn and the activities are done for them to improve their performance. Therefore, I don't think this is the right one. So if I were you during the text, change from task-based learning, teaching to task-based learning. Okay, change this during the text. So I think that's the right title. Uh, Before, something I want you to do is to get someone to read the text and correct mistakes in writing. Okay, the content I will put it because this is automatic. Actually, I'm gonna show you here. This is the abstract, isn't it? What you gotta do, I already got those with this. I mean, once you have for example, once you write a title, of this case, every time you write a main title, go to title 1 and the format is ready. When you're having a subtitle for the things that you're writing afterwards, you go, it says this, you go here, title 2, okay? So that way at the end, this is what happens. When you want to make the table of content, you do it automatically, so you don't have to do it manually. So tabla de contenido, and here you go, look. So there we have our table of content automatic. So every time you change pages or whatever, it won't matter because it will do it. You just have to update it. Okay, so the abstract, I think, write this at the end because this is not really well accurate. You need to say what is the study about, the participants, what kind of study, how do you analyze information, and results. It's a very short thing, so I think do it at the end. I don't think at this moment you have because you still haven't done the analysis. So write down again, this is not well written. Introduction, I think, is pretty much okay. It's giving information. I was saying, get someone to read it because, of course, as I was reading, I made some corrections, but it would take me forever to make changes in terms of punctuation. So because sometimes it's not clear. So make sure someone reads it. It gives you like suggestions and improve the writing. There are many mistakes and I cannot correct them all. So for example, here, so I appointed some things I want you to keep in mind. Pages. Make sure, sometimes I felt that you were citing and you didn't put the quotes. So make sure that the citation that you make literal from the author has the quotes, please. Because I want to run this in a program that is called Turnitin, which identifies if you're using quoting properly or not. So please, just make sure next one that you send me has all the quotes properly. Now, justification I think is okay. I mean, no big deal. The problem statement is okay. This is when I highlight this is because the writing has something weird. So look, just double check that this is correct. Look, this is a long sentence. Avoid long sentences. Try to divide it. It's too long. Or have different sentences here. So avoid long sentences. Research questions, I think we got it clear. Research questions objective, we got it okay. We worked on those before. The conceptual framework, this introduction you need to rewrite. It's not clear. I think at the end, it's not for me clear what is the order of performance and what are you focusing on. You talk about importance of speaking, but you're not really actually saying what is it that you're focusing about and actually developing that concept. I guess what you can do is down there is something about accuracy and fluency. So I think that one should be connected. This one should be, and speech act is not necessary. I think you're not working on that. I think you can connect that to this one. I mean, like include that one here. Connect it somehow, because that's where you're, so develop the idea about what is your performance, and this one you can connect it, okay? So that has more logic. Task, okay, the concept of task is okay. I think I wrote some things for you. This sounds literal. These are literal, so you have to have where does it start? Because you're having this. Where does it start? The citation. This one's not clear. But so I think you develop the concepts. Some suggestion for writing there. So just work a little bit more the concept of speaking, and what's the other performance that you're focusing on. This is not clear. The paragraph sometimes like it's hard to understand. Speech act, don't introduce it. We're not working on that. This is just theory that is not really related to what you're doing. Or if you want to, you can just mention up there, but I don't think it's necessary. Literature review, I like it. I think this is the section that is better, I mean, of all of them, that is really has achieved a good quality. So I think this one, you don't have to work that much, just someone to read it to make sure that it's well written. I found many writing problems, and going through them will take forever. So that means that the last version you sent me has to have be well written. You cannot send me this with mistakes, because I cannot pass this to the reader with these problems. Methodology, I think, is clear. The participants, the type of research. We have to put the subtitles. I didn't get there. For example, I want to show you what I'm telling you about. You have to number the titles and subtitles. So you got 5, yes? So this says 5.1. You have to put here 5.2. It's okay. 5.3. So how do you do it? You put, first of all, you go here and you got title 2. This is a subtitle. There's something I want to do here to leave it ready, because it has to have a separation. Okay, now. And here you put 5.2. 5.2. Okay? So you gotta do the same thing with the rest of the. So here's right. This, forget about speech act. This is a new one, literature review. So for literature review, you gotta go to, it's a main title. Yes, it's a main title. I'm sorry, main title, and you put the number 6, and you continue doing so with the subtitle, etc. Okay, now here, I like it. I think this was well written. It's concise. I like it very much. Methodology is 7. So first you have to go to title 1, 7. Context is subtitle. I don't know why it's not working the paragraph thing, because it has to be a separation there. Accept. It's context, so this one is 7.1. Okay. This is okay. I think the methodology is well described. Give us like what we're doing. 7.2. Continue. This is okay. I think I like it. In terms of the content, just check the writing, solutions of problems, no problem acting. Let me see. Here's okay, no problem. Let me see. It's okay. Okay, now let me see here. This is clear. I like it. This chart fixed is kind of not really organized. Teacher's log, observing. I think this is okay. I like it. Results. Okay, about the results, I think you have done a very good description about the pre-test, post-test. It is okay. I like it. This is like, I wrote some things there. Just these highlighted ones are like the way the rating's not the best one. So I guess you're showing the results of what were the changes. Okay, what you really need to include afterwards. And that comes from the perspective. The perspectives of students, and not only perspective, but what they do during the activity, which has to do with the teacher's log, is you have to tell us why they got those results. What is the reason why students improved? And it has to do with the advantages and limitations and the student's perspective. So from your teacher's log, what you observe and what they say, you have to tell us, and the results show us, give us evidence or why these kids got this improvement. It's not enough just by saying, they increased. You have to really, and say to annex us, so we can go and see the tasks that they perform. And you have to tell us here, in this part, is where you have to tell us about the tasks they perform. So send us to a nexus where we can see the planning and tell us about what happened, why students say they improved, what do you observe while they were working, the practices, the way they interacted. I mean, you have to be really get more information here that explains why these guys have that improvement. It's not enough with just that they've won 3.5 and then no. You have to explain to us why. In order to do that, you have to describe what happened during the process of implementing the activity, how did they receive it, what did they do during the activity, what things of their performance shows that the task allowed them to improve. So all those things have to be here. I mean, why those tasks? What happened with the oral? What are the characteristics of the oral task that you can tell us students improve? Actually, you have some ideas there, and that's okay. I like the things you have from students, but you need to make it more powerful, more things, more information. Add the survey here. The survey information is key. The one that you sent me in Excel, put it here. This is important. So at this moment, you're still working on the results. So add that information in the analysis and discussion. That's what you have to tell us. Why, up there you show the evidence, information, all the things that you found. In the analysis, you have to tell us why did they improve through task-based. That's the key. It's okay, they improved because this was one of the things that task-based allowed was to plan. The students were able to work collaboratively. During the process, students showed that you have to be very, very careful in this part because that's the key of why they got that level. I think the results, you got a lot of the things of the results. I think you have advanced a lot. I'm very glad. That's a good thing. It's just be careful to add more information under the survey, any things that you found in the process, things that caught your attention, things that you noticed, more things the student says about the process, about the procedures, and send the annexos where we can see the planning, we can see how it was carried out, yes, and the discussion why. The answer is why they did this. That's what they did improve their performance. It's why. I don't care about numbers here. It's why. Okay, that's the key. But I think, okay, so what is the idea? Work hard, so you can send me another version with the results and everything next week. I think send me, the result, the analysis that you have been written and everything, send everything by the 25th. Yes? At least the analysis and the conclusions. 26, let's do 26 in the evening. So I can check it. I want to be in a workshop those 2 days. Let me see. I don't want to be busy the 20. Let's see. Hey, what happened? Okay, what after they start updating. So I know that it's full. I have some activities and I don't see it. Let me see. What am I looking at? August, July. Okay. I'm gonna be all day in this workshop these 2 days. So let's do something. Let's have until the 28th. Yes, so I can read the 29th. So by the 28th in the evening, send everything again. Have someone to read your text to correct the writing, and you send me the results with the full information, and you send me the analysis and the conclusions. Everything by this date. Okay, if you do that, I'll read it the 29th, and if there's any improvement we can do, I can buy a few days. Yeah, but I need you to have everything by the 28th, okay? So just work hard. I think I'm very positive, and I think you have done a lot. I like the way you present the results so far. I want you to just add more qualitative data that show us why. So get everything you have gathered from notes, student says, everything. Just put it there, that we can see the evidence of all. And in the analysis, they improved because of this, as we showed in the results. Okay, take care.